Well, happy Monday. Let's have a good mindset Monday today. We're going to talk about something that is a productivity and motivation killer, okay? What I'm going to talk about here is something that a lot of people do. A lot of people take part in this, and this is going to destroy your motivation to do things that you want to do, to do things that great things, okay? You're executing your plans, executing your goals, even just enjoying yourself, enjoying your family, your loved ones, your friends. This is one thing is going to get in the way of that. And a lot of you are doing this one thing, so you need to definitely listen up to this message for about 5 minutes. But first, take your finger, slide it over, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. That helps me out a lot. We can get a lot of good messages out to people with more subscribers and listeners just like yourself. Okay, so what is the one thing? All right, I mean, there's a lot of things that can mess people up, right? But this thing is what we're seeing all over the internet right now. And it's something called the illusion of action, okay? The illusion of action. So what is that? All right, now this can be discussed. I actually apply this to the sexual marketplace, dating and relationships, but you can apply it right now to what's going on in the world, okay? The illusion of action is feeling like you need to do something and then just doing something so you can feel like you're being productive and feel like you're actioning something and feel like you're making something happen or making change happen, but you're really not doing anything at all. And most of the time you're actually making things worse because you're taking away energy, time, productivity, motivation from other things that you could be doing. See, the problem isn't that you don't have any good ideas or you don't know what you need to do to get your life together, to get your mind together. What are you failing at right now? What is the one thing? Right now, you're watching this video, think to yourself, what's the one thing I'm failing at? Is it your fitness plan right now? Is that failing? You're just not as fit as you want to be right now. Is it your money situation, your debt? Is it your business goals? Is it meeting some numbers? Is it a hobby you're trying to pursue? Relationship? What is it you're failing at, right? Well, the problem isn't that you don't know what you're failing at or you don't know how to fix it a lot of the times. A lot of the problem is that you have things that are getting in the way of you fixing those things, right? And those things that are getting in the way, what's the biggest thing that gets in the way of fixing a problem is time. Okay? How much time do you waste all day long, right? Your fitness program's not going the way you want it to go because you don't have time to work out. You don't have time to track your food. You don't have time to meal prep. You see what I'm saying? You don't have time to put in the little extra hours to pursue your side hustle or side business to make more money. You don't have time to track your expenses like you want to. You don't have time to clean your house and get organized. You get where I'm going with this? You don't have time to spend with your kids. You don't have time to spend with your family. We just keep going with this, right? You don't have time, but we all have the same amount of hours each day. But what is it that we do, though? We waste time. One of the biggest things we waste time on is this illusion of action thing. It's the illusion that your action is actually making a difference, that you're actually doing something to help somebody or help yourself. It's a false dopamine hit. So you have a reward system in your brain. Okay, dopamine and other chemicals that fire off when you accomplish something. That's how we are driven to go do stuff, all right? We're driven to, not just, supply ourselves with our basic needs, but, pursuing excellence. That drive is driven by neurochemicals. Well, you have a finite amount of neurochemical energy, if you will. You have a finite amount of that within a given time frame. So within a 24-hour day, you only have so much dopamine that you can, reward yourself with, and then you're out, So willpower and discipline can be finite in a sense, it's driven by your neurochemicals, and those are in limited supply within a certain amount of time. You know what I mean? Think of it like weightlifting. I can't just do shoulder presses forever. Eventually I run out of the energy that allows me to do those presses, right? It's the same with brain energy, and it's the same with willpower, and it's the same with, that motivation. And so you're wasting your precious resource, which is your time and your brain power, on this illusion of action thing. Okay? So I'm kind of speaking vague. So how is this illusion of action showing up? Okay, here's a great example. Something happens, okay, that we don't like, all right? Like a guy gets killed by a cop, and everybody's now talking about it like their opinion makes any difference whatsoever. People are taking their precious resource, which is their time and their mental energy, those neurochemicals that would supply them motivation to go make a difference and actually accomplish something, and wasting time on writing their opinions and arguing with each other on social media. Even in get-togethers and gatherings, right, which we're not supposed to do because of the virus, but that's pretty much over, isn't it? So gatherings, that's what they're talking about. Everyone has to talk about it now. And it's okay, like, you're just hanging out with somebody and the conversations come up, but it's this waste of energy to the point where now we have people protesting. Well, what are you accomplishing by holding a sign? Oh, I'm standing in solidarity. Okay, cool. I mean, that's a nice gesture and everything, but you're taking an afternoon, you're taking a bunch of time, you're putting a bunch of energy into this thing, and you're actually accomplishing nothing, right? Nothing in your own lives. I mean, now people could do something else. They could become active. They could get involved with a 501(c), a charitable organization. They could go help out or find ways to do community activism, not just holding signs up places, but actually helping people who might be victims of the criminal justice system, for example, if that was your passion. My passion is something I want to fight against is human trafficking. I think human trafficking is terrible, and so I'm working with a couple organizations and working on stuff to want to stop that, and I'll put my energy into that. Helping veterans, I'll put energy into that. You know what I mean? We've got a lot of different stuff we want to do, but with a real estate association wanting to build a home for veterans, disabled vets, stuff like that. Like, these things are energy, but I'd rather put my energy into that where I'm instituting change affecting others around me. I'd rather put my energy into my business. I'd rather put energy into making this video for you so you don't waste your energy and time on something unproductive, right? And it's not like you're going to be just productive all the time, okay? Like, you're going to have these things where you chill out, all right? And that's okay, all right? But that's your downtime. Your downtime is to replenish that dopamine supply. And I say dopamine, but there's other chemicals involved, but it's to replenish those neurochemicals so you can go out and chase excellence and do great things in your life. But you guys sitting here, half those people holding up signs and wasting their energy on social media aren't right with their money. They're not right with their way they look. They're not right with the way that their health is. They're not right with their diets. They're not right with their relationships. They're not right with their parenting skills. They're not even right with their philosophy on what they're trying to protest on half the time. Half the people don't even know what they're actually doing. Half the people getting on and spouting their opinion on a social media page don't even know what they're talking about. I mean, your friends are stupid. Okay, like, really, your friends are stupid. Mine are stupid too. We all have stupid friends. Now, maybe they're really smart, ordinarily speaking. I have some of the smartest friends in the world that as soon as they get on social media and start to regurgitate their dumb opinions, it just comes out exactly as that, a dumb opinion. And what is that opinion, that status post or whatever? How are you really affecting anything? How are you really changing anything? Are you stopping racism in America with your discussion on Facebook with a couple of your idiot friends or a couple of people that you just, are acquaintances that you happen to be Facebook friends with that you don't see in real life or whatever? Or, bold statements that you're going to unfriend someone if they like this political figure, that political figure. You think you're actually changing anything? Of course you're not. You're not doing anything. You're not fucking doing anything, okay? But it's the illusion that you're doing something. you get all the feels and the dopamine hits and you feel like you're really doing something. I'm really changing the world here with this stupid ass post I'm about to write on my Instagram. You're not doing anything, and this is why you're failing, okay? You're failing at the shit that you need to fix in your life. You're failing at the things that you really want to do and that you should be more passionate about, but you're taking that passion away from yourself, and you're cheating yourself. And you're also cheating everybody else around you and other people by taking that valuable energy, valuable time, and you're just spouting off into the internet crap that nobody reads or cares about. Like, nobody cares. You listening here, I don't care if you are, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're the ruler of a small country, president of the United States even, or whatever. I mean, well, people might care about what you have to say if that's the case. But honestly, though, like, wasting your time, you know what I mean, on your Twitter account, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of your energy. God, your energy is so valuable. And there's so much you can do with it, and so much you can do to institute change in your own life and in other people's lives. If you have an interest in social justice, and I don't mean that in the politicized sense, but I mean helping out society, okay? Well, I'm going to use the word social justice because it's a trigger word, right? With two political factions fighting each other, but just society. You're interested in helping out society. Go make more money so you can go do more things to help out society, or go volunteer, with an organization. Take that energy. If you're going to write something, then have a website, and or have a community, or write a book. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much you can do besides waste it, And that's what you guys are doing. You're just wasting it. You're just wasting it. And it's the illusion of action. You have this illusion in your head that you have to do something. Oh, something happened in the world. I have to do something about it. It's an illusion. I have to say my opinion on the quarantine COVID stuff because, isn't because there's a shortage of opinions for the quarantine stuff, right? There isn't a shortage of opinions, is there? Like, everybody has one and nobody gives a shit about yours. Just like you don't give a shit about most of everybody else's, all right? But this is what happens, okay? You feel like you have to do something. Oh my God, there's racism in the world. I have to do something. How about just don't be racist and do good things in the world? How about that? Like, that would be the most you could possibly do, right? Otherwise, get actually involved in some political action or community action. That could help. And not the kind of community action where you're destroying property. That's not what I'm talking about. But I'm talking about instituting positive change, okay? If you want to do that, great. That's actually doing something. Even protesting, though, is holding up a sign in solidarity. All that does is make you feel better about yourself. You're not helping out brown people or black people who've been victims of racism. You know what I mean? You're not helping anybody out by walking down the street holding the sign up and yelling no justice, no peace, and Black Lives Matter. Okay? Posting it, changing your profile pic, you know what I mean? All these things. You're not actually doing anything. Does you think that somebody who is growing up in a really bad environment, bad family, addicted to drugs, crime, whatever, you know what I mean? That person, regardless of their color, do you think you're helping that person out, or the people around that person, or the kids that these people have that are now exposed to a bad environment? Do you think you're helping out minorities? You're actually helping? Like, you're not helping anybody. But there's other ways you could help, though, and there's other things you could do. Like, even, like I said, if you just worked on yourself and worked on the things you need to work on and influenced everybody else around you in a positive way, and weren't a dick and weren't a racist and weren't all these things, you know what I'm saying? Like, you would do so much more for the world than writing your dumb post on social media. You know what I'm saying? And you waste your time and you waste your energy. Illusion of action. That's what it is. And I'm almost into 15 minutes. I expected this to be a 5-minute video. I just ranted for 15 minutes. But it was a good rant because you need to hear it. And some of you need to hear it several times. Okay? Because you're like my dumb friends on social media. And you're like your own dumb friends on social media right now. thinking that your community action, which doesn't actually do anything, is going to institute change. You got to ask yourself, what am I doing with this action right now? Who am I helping? And I've done this, man. I've gotten on there. I've gone like, I'm going to type, man, this thing's pissing me off all day. I'm going to type something on social media. I'll get in, I'll start it, and I'll go, you know what? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Why am I not going to do that? Because it doesn't do anything. It's not, if I'm not actually doing something positive for myself or somebody else or other people around me, and don't rationalize like that your post is going to actually mean something. You guys will rationalize it, you know what I mean? It's not, you're just rationalizing, okay? Yeah, well, some people will read it, like, no, nobody cares, right? But, you know, that's what it is. Ask yourself, what do you, besides giving yourself a fake, unearned hit of neurochemicals, unearned dopamine hit, you know, giving yourself unearned dopamine, right? Well, that's what you're doing. Making yourself feel good. Most of the people marching down the street wouldn't do a damn thing to help another person in need, okay? A lot of those people. But they will do something if it's going to make them feel good, like hold up a sign and say they're doing something for solidarity. All right? And that's the reality of it. That is the truth. So don't be that person. Don't be that person. All right? And if you think holding up a sign is actually helping, I'm not going to have that argument with you. I don't care. All right? I don't care. But that is what it is. Here nor there. Okay? The question you got to ask yourself is, when stuff happens, all right, is your action going to be a waste of your energy, where you just make yourself feel good, make yourself feel better, pat yourself on the back, get all of the feels, all of the neurochemicals, but accomplish nothing? Or is this going to help advance you in your life or help other people? One of the two things. Because if it's not going to advance you or not going to help other people, you are taking away from everything that you have to offer the world. You are taking away everything from, you're just taking it away. You're squandering your resources, all right? So, Mindset Monday, that's illusion of action, okay? Do not be a victim. Do not victimize yourself, okay, by doing this, all right? A lot of times, just shut your mouth and listen, and you don't need to participate in the argument if it's not going to institute change, right? Just shut your mouth and focus on what you need to focus on. So it's, right? You don't need to do something if it's not going to institute positive change. So that's all I got to say. Thanks for the support. Oh, get on my, if you made it to the end, I should have said at the beginning of the video, but get on my email list, okay? Because we got some stuff that's going to come out, alternative platforms, communities that are private, where we can, some of them are no costs to get in. I have some courses that will be worth money, okay, that will be cost. But I got a lot of free content and free stuff too that'll be coming out. You won't really get it if you're not tuned into my email list. So that's apxmindset@gmail.com. Just shoot me an email. I'll make sure you're on my list. So when I start producing some of these things we can't talk about on YouTube, okay, then, I start producing some of this stuff, then you guys will be the first to hear about it. All right, thanks again for the support.